Welcome to King Says So, a channel that advocates for one Africa, one land, one Africa, one language, one Africa, one currency, one Africa, one army. I wish to witness Africans all around the world united as one in our lifetime. Enjoy.
Here are Zimbabweans. We are now pushing them back. They were crossing the river here. We are pushing them back. They must go back. They were crossing the river here. They were crossing the river here. As you can see them here.
That one getting the time of his life swimming there. Come here,
They call this place the beach.
now they are swimming over, as you can see.
They call, they call this place the beach. Here they are going back after they saw us. This is where they are crossing here. There's some others there. Yeah. We saw the green t-shirts, they are going back. They are going back, we don't just talk. They are going back. We don't just talk. Yeah, bye-bye, don't come back. Crossing the river here.
They were there. They were saying this guy.
There's a village, you can see there.
They're staying this side.
Peace in Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers and sisters. Welcome to the 10K edition. Please allow me to celebrate my achievement, guys. 10K is a lot of subscribers. I'm very thankful for each and every one of you who have taken the time to click the subscribe button. It's for free, by the way. If you haven't already, just click the subscribe button, like the video so we can spread it nicely on YouTube, and make sure that you leave your thoughts on the comment section at all times. I hope this is the last time I'm speaking about the Patriotic Alliance border issue, border act. What do we call this? Border stunt, or whatever they are doing. This racism that the Patriotic Alliance is having towards our Zimbabwean brothers and sisters. There's something that was very interesting to me that Kenny Kunene said, and Kenny Kunene being a black brother, we can't save you, Kenny. You are inside Gayton Mackenzie's S. You are S licking the man. You are not a man yourself. You are turning against your own kind. This is what white people wanted us to do all the time. Their system is not working. It's still working till today. The white people are no longer chasing after black people, checking who's an illegal immigrant or whatever. They've installed that system on us. Don't like the lighting? Yes. They've installed that system to us. Now we are doing it for them. You understand what I'm saying? White people taught us how to fight each other to such an extent that now they are stepping back and we are doing it automatically. You understand? So for me, it's very important to highlight the why. We must always highlight the why. When you see a Zimbabwean brother crossing the what you call the border, crossing the river, crossing whatever they need to cross to come this side, for what? For what? For better life, for better healthcare, whatever the situation is, because we can afford to help them. We are helping them. we are affording to help them. Otherwise, we would have changed our laws and we would have said no foreign person without an ID can get into a hospital. That's simple. It's simple to do for politics. But the politics of ANC understood that South Africa is not only for South Africans, but everyone who is in South Africa. Whether you came in illegal or legal, you have a human right to healthcare. Now, the sanctions that were forced on Zimbabwe, I think the sanctions were placed the first time, I think it was in 2002, when the former president Robert Mugabe won the elections, and the EU, the AU, and the US felt like it was a fraudulent election. It was not free and fair, and they put sanctions on Zimbabwe. And Zimbabwe has been struggling ever since. They've been standing this, I think, in the year 2022, they extended the sanctions. Why? Because the guy they put sanctions against, Robert Mugabe, is now dead. It's now dead. The problem is that Zimbabweans took the land back, and the white people will continue to punish them forever as long as we, the surrounding countries around Zimbabwe, don't stand up to the AU and say, listen, you are not going to punish our brothers like this, because you punishing them, it's affecting our economy, it's affecting our country. So we want to help our African brothers and sisters, but the AU, the EU, the United States, the UK, you are making it difficult for us to assist our Zimbabwean brothers. That the African Union must come and voice out those concerns. Countries in Africa that are sanctioned by the EU, the UK, and the US, the sanctions must fall away, because they are not assisting us here as Africans. You understand what I'm saying? The why. Let's fix the why. Let's fix the why. Let's stop with they are taking jobs. They are taking whose jobs? Taking whose jobs? Busy giving people 350 every month. Yeah, you could be building factories that can be assisting people with employment. With all the millions and billions that we're spending on these 350s a month, we could be building factories in each city. I'm not there today. The interesting thing about what the Kenny Kunene says, because he's a loud mouth who does not understand politics, he can trap himself, because other NGOs can now take the Patriotic Alliance to court for doing what they did because of what Kenny Kunene said. Let's listen to what this stupid man said. They don't understand politics. I don't understand how you can incriminate yourself with words and your actions. Listen to what Kenny Kunene said, and let's come back for some more commentary.
Own hands. We came here in December. Some of our members were here and they have camped. We joined them yesterday. We have camped here. And from yesterday evening, even this morning, just from the campsite of the river, we have deported over 700 people, close to 1,000 people that we have pushed back. We are now here, and you can see where we are. As we are arriving, they were crossing, and we then chased them, and they went back into Zimbabwe. You have seen the boats that are there. Our people jumped in the river to go and step those boats right there in Zimbabwe, because those boats are being used to transport illegal stuff into our country. Dynamites are being transported, drugs are being transported, illegal cigarettes are being transported, guns are being transported that are meant to kill South Africans. So we are serious about dealing with the issue of illegal immigration. We are not just talking. We want to show South Africans that we are serious about this as a matter of our manifesto policy, that we must deport all we must deport all illegal immigrants back into Zimbabwe. You have seen the boats that are there. Our people jumped in the river to go and step those boats right right there in Zimbabwe, because our people jumped in the river to go and step those boats right there in Zimbabwe. Because
now the Kenny Kunene is excited, and by his excitement, he then incriminates himself. 10K edition. Love my t-shirt. I'll be giving 5 or 6 people or 7 or 8 people this t-shirt, but not exactly this one. This one is for me. I will design a different design it for 10K subscribers. When you don't know politics, you open your mouth and you incriminate yourself with your words. And I've always told you guys, whenever there's a community strike, there's a community taking law into their own hands, community, as long as there's a lot of people, be careful what you do in front of the camera. I'm warning you. I've warned you guys many times. And whether it's xenophobic attacks, whether it's which is wrong anyway, it should not be happening. Whether it's people looting a shop, or there's a cash and heist truck that bombed, people are picking up money, and you are running and picking up. That footage can be used in a court of law to prosecute you. You understand what I'm saying? Kenny Kunene then says, the Patriotic Alliance, in fact, they have it on camera, swam. Huh? Remember, they are stopping people from illegally crossing to another country, but they themselves then swim. Hey, colored people, we can't save you. We can't save you. Swim to the other side and go and stab the boats, inflatable boats, with knives and swim back. They crossed the border. That's already an illegal act. But instead of just crossing the border, they then stab the boats, inflatable boats, which means they committed a crime that side, which is what damage to property, someone's property that side. That is okay, because we are doing it to stop the crime of Zimbabwean crossing. No. Immediately you come and God forbid you come in Unjwela Masimba and maybe you steal something in my house, TV, and I catch you. I beat the shit out of you. Someone has it on camera, me beating the shit out of you for stealing my plasma TV, of which, by the way, I don't have a TV. I need to buy a TV. I've been off what they call off mainstream media for more than a year now. Next month will be a year. I've not have DSTV because I'm tired of being brainwashed by this rubbish. But now, because of elections and everything, my wife needs a TV. I need a TV for information, for work purposes. This is work for me. So I can beat that person up. When that footage is taken to court, I am in the wrong. Why am I in the wrong? Because I took the law into my own hands. The Patriotic Alliance has got no right to search anyone, request identification from anyone, to cross the border, damage other people's property, while they are preaching against the same thing. They are preaching against the same thing that they are doing. So for me, the why is important. Why are Zimbabweans crossing over? On the previous video, I explained to you that the borders were not supposed to be there anyway, but the borders are here anyway, the imaginary borders, they are there. So the why they are crossing is we need to fix it. If the next door neighbor is coming to my house asking for sugar all the time, asking for sugar, I need to get the why. The why is unemployment. If I get him the job, then he can't come to me and look for sugar anymore. If we take the sanctions out of the Zimbabwean government, of which the Zimbabwean government, the vice president of Zimbabwe said, listen, we have lost more than 150 billion rand through investment, exports, through all of these sanctions that have been put on Zimbabwe. They have lost, since the year 2002, they've lost more than 150 billion rand. That could be injected back into their economy. You understand what I'm saying? So for me, I'm not happy about what the Patriotic Alliance are doing. I'm not happy with Kenny Kunene being a black person kissing on Gayton Mackenzie's imaginary colored person as, understand? I'm not happy. And I am one of the people who said I love what the Patriotic Alliance is doing in terms of standing up for colored people rights, because I did say many times that colored people were kind of neglected. But in their neglect, in them being neglected, is because they see themselves better from African brothers, and that's the honest truth. It's not all of them. I can't use the word all or the whole colored race. No, some of them. If you have stayed with coloreds, you know. If you have stayed with coloreds, you find colored people who identify as black. You find colored people who identify as colored. Then you find colored people who are refusing to identify as colored. They feel like they are more white than they are black. Understand? They can't say they are white because obviously they are not, but because there is a white gene in their family, their great grandfather was white, so they are technically 20% white. Those colored people don't want anything to do with African people. You see it at work, you see it in colored communities, you see it everywhere. Even colored people receive racism from other colored people due to the texture of their hair. Some colored people receive racism from other, discrimination from other colored people because of the skin tone, pigmentation. You understand what I'm saying? So I can't save Kenny Kunene from Gayton Mackenzie's hate to black people. This is just pure hatred to black people. That is it. We have to say it like that. But the main issue is let's fix the why as Africans so that we can move forward instead of always, because we'll always have this problem if Zimbabwe does not come out of the sanctions that they are in. Zimbabwean sanctions needs to be removed so that South Africa can be a better place, Zimbabwe can be a better place. Then everyone will be coming through the border because they will have the money to pay, they'll have the passports, don't assume that those people have all of those things. People asking, why are they not going through the border? My guy, did you give them the money to go through the border? Do you know how much it costs to go through the border? Stop talking nonsense. Okay. Anyway, it's the 10K edition. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, click the subscribe button, the like, and thank you for commenting on the comment section, giving me your thoughts. When we disagree on topics, let's not get to a point where we hate each other. There are people on the comment sections who will disagree with what I'm saying. It's okay. I'm not always right. You are not always right. Understand? It's just how I feel. I'm expressing my opinion. Sometimes and most of the time, my opinion is based on facts, like the sanctions, how much Zimbabwe has lost, why the borders are there, and everything. You might not like the facts, but does not mean that you must hate me as a person. Me as a person, if you meet me personally, I'm one of the coolest guys around to have with, and I go an extra mile for friends, family, and African brothers all around. Everyone I meet, I try to make sure that I put a positive impact in the chapter of their lives that has me on it. So that's how you must be as a person. Disagree with people, but don't hate the person because of disagreeing with a person. You understand what I'm saying? Don't hate a person because you are Muslim, they are Christian. Don't hate a person because you are ANC, they are Mkhonto weSizwe. Don't hate a person because you are EFF, they are DA. Don't do that. Don't do that. You can disagree with the policies of the DA and still be friendly and have friends of the DA party. Does not mean that you must hate them now. You are not enemies. We are not enemies to Zimbabweans. We are not enemies to the Patriotic Alliance. We are not enemies. That's all I'm going to say. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Until we meet next time, don't forget to pray. And after you pray, make sure that you stand up and do your best so that God can do the rest. 10K. Yo! I salute you.